Well, I thought it was great to see Joe Perry, after all the years of being on the circuit, actually win a tournament, which he did a couple of seasons back there, Peter, and he's been a good player for a long time, Joe.
Very, very good match player, and I just get the sense that he's just developed an extra steeliness to his game and his determination that perhaps was lacking in the past, and I think that's why he's been a lot more consistent over the last 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah, because he's a nice lad, isn't he? But
Very nice
think
lad,
he was a little bit too nice, really?
Yeah, I think so, maybe. And yeah, I haven't played him in the last couple of seasons. I detected a certain change in his attitude, and he has developed a steeliness that wasn't obviously apparent before, and it's obviously, you know, working for him.
He's also got a very unusual technique, Joe. He's got an incredibly long pause in his cue action, hasn't he? So if he was playing a shot like this, and we move up here, addressing safe with the green, he's there at the cue ball, then he comes back, slowly drags it back, and he seems to wait a heck of a long time before he goes through the ball.
It's a bit of a strange one. It almost makes me think that you're almost taking something away from the pre-shot routine and the feel of the shot by stopping for so long. You know, you almost think, well, he could just put the cue back there to start off with, stop and then go through. It's a very, very difficult thing to do, but it's very effective for him.
And he also seems to address the cue ball very low down, doesn't he, when he plays it? He gets a lot of work on the cue ball.
Yes, he does. He's one of these players. Jimmy White is very similar in many ways, that he aims very, very low at the cue ball and sometimes actually lifts and comes up and hits higher than where he's actually addressing. Very, very unusual.
If you were looking at Joe's game and you'd say to yourself, you know, if he wanted to kick on and maybe win a few more things, what would you think he'd need to work on?
Well, to be honest, that would be a difficult thing to say, because he is a very accomplished player. He's a tournament winner now. He's always been a very, very difficult player to beat, and I think he's one of the players that has really benefited from the extra tournaments, the extra scheduling that we've been having over the last 2 or 3 seasons. It seems to really suit him, and you know, he's becoming consistently one of the top players now.
And he also has, you know, apart from the break building skills, he's got a lovely touch, hasn't he? He doesn't seem to hit the ball very hard, economy of effort with the cue ball, moves it round beautifully.
Very good touch, very good safety game, and he's not afraid to play well against the top players, and we saw this against Ronnie O'Sullivan in the World Championship a few years ago, when he should have beaten Ronnie O'Sullivan, to be perfectly honest, and he played extremely well in that match and got very, very close to beating Ronnie in the World Championship.
And of course, practicing with Neil Robertson won't do you any harm, will it?
Absolutely not. And it's interesting as well that I think the last couple of times that Joe has played against Neil, he's played really, really well, and the last time I think he beat him. So yeah, when you're playing somebody with Neil Robertson's class, it can only do you good.
He's a dangerous opponent, isn't he?
Very definitely.